Hello, I'm Adriana, physiotherapist and yoga instructor with a passion for trauma-informed care and chronic pain. Today's video will be a trauma-informed chair yoga sequence moving from head to toe. So, grab a chair, get into something comfy, and we'll get started. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position in your chair. That might mean that your feet are resting on the ground. It might mean that your back is rested against the chair. Pick whatever position feels good for your body today. We'll be moving through sequences from head to toe, and just a reminder that you can choose to join in on any of the forms that feel good for your body. You might choose to do something different, and that is completely okay. Do whatever feels best for your body today. I invite you to start focusing on your breath. You might choose to close your eyes, perhaps gaze them forwards towards the ground. Maybe pausing and taking a second to notice where you feel your breath. You might feel it in your chest, perhaps feeling it in your stomach, maybe even into your back. And I invite you to take 2 more breaths here, noticing how your body feels taking each breath. When you're ready, I invite you to bring your right ear to your right shoulder, if that feels good for you. Perhaps feeling a stretch on the left side of the neck. Pausing and noticing any sensation that arises here. In your own time, coming back to center and repeating the same on the left, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. You might notice a different sensation on the right side of the neck here. That is completely normal. Taking 1 more breath. And on your next exhale, coming back to center. Taking a moment to notice how your neck is feeling. Maybe noticing some tightness. Maybe it feels a little looser after those 2 movements. If it feels good for you, I invite you to move into some gentle half circles. Bringing the chin to the chest, perhaps noticing some pulling or some sensations on the back of the neck as you move the neck back and forth. Moving 2 more times here. And when you're ready, bringing the neck back to neutral. We're going to move on to the shoulders. So I invite you to start circling the shoulders if that feels good for your practice today. You might choose to have your hands on your lap, perhaps bring them down to your side. Just doing any movements in that shoulder that feels right for you. That might mean little circles, that might mean forward circles or backward circles. Maybe even bringing your whole arm into the movement. Perhaps switching the way that you're circling the arms if that is what you're doing today. Taking a few more moments here to focus in on how this feels in the arms and how it feels in the shoulders, whatever movement you're choosing. And when you're ready, coming back to neutral, we're going to move on into the spine now. So I invite you to lean back in your chair if you're leaning forward, if that feels feels comfortable for you. Bringing your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and turning your body, twisting into the back of the chair. You might choose the option of looking behind you, or you might choose the option of keeping the neck forward. Listen to whatever your body is asking of you today. Maybe noticing some sensations along the spine with this twist. Doing one more inhale and one more exhale. Returning back to neutral in your own time. When you're ready, repeating on the other side, bringing that right hand to the outside of the left thigh, reaching behind you in the chair. Once again, maybe noticing different sensations on this side of your spine. That's totally normal. You might choose to stand a little taller or sit a little taller in your chair. Perhaps trying to twist a little further if that feels good. One more breath here. On your next exhale, moving back to center. Moving into the hips, I invite you to bring your left foot and put it over top of the right knee. You might choose to do a gentle push on that left leg. Perhaps noticing some sensations in the left hip as you do this. Maybe noticing a few sensations in the low back. You might not notice any sensations at all. That's totally okay. Taking one more breath here. And on your next exhale, bringing the leg back down. And in your own time, coming to repeat the movement on the right side. Bringing that right foot over top of the left knee. Perhaps gently pushing down on that right leg with your right arm. You might notice different sensations on this right side than the left side. Taking one more breath here. On your next exhale, if it feels okay to lower that right leg, I invite you to do so. We're going to work through some movements of the backs of our legs. I'll turn in my chair now so you can see a little better. I'm going to take the left leg and bring it out straight in front of you. You might choose to have a bit of a bend in that left knee. And in your own time, if it feels okay, hinging forward at your hips to bring your chest down. Perhaps noticing a bit of a stretch in the back of that left leg, maybe in the back. Taking a second to focus on your breath. Maybe noticing your stomach rise and fall into your left leg. Taking one more breath here. And in your own time, coming back up and repeating the same thing on the right leg. Straightening the right leg in front of you and hinging forward at the waist so your chest is leaning over your leg. Once again, you might notice something on the back of the leg or the back. It might feel different from the other side. That is normal. Our bodies often feel different sensations from one side to the other. You might not notice much of a stretch at all. One more breath here. On your next exhale, returning back to center, I'm going to work through the ankle. So if it feels good for your practice today, I invite you to bring your foot up off the ground and do gentle circles into the left ankle. Maybe turning one way and then turning the other way. You might hear some clicking or some noises in the ankle as you do this. Taking 3 more circles. On your own time, putting that left leg down. Repeating the same thing on the right side. Maybe doing circles one way, perhaps switching and doing them the other way. Finding whatever movement feels good for your ankle today. Doing 3 more circles. And coming back down to neutral in your own time. And if it feels good, I invite you to end today's practice focusing on the breath, just as we did at the start. Once again, maybe choosing to close the eyes or gaze towards the ground. If it feels better for you, you might even choose to lie down or stand up to do this. Taking 5 breaths in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.